Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome as well. So in today's video, we are going to be making a boubou dress with front ruche. So if this is something that really interests you, please consider to watch this video to the very end. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share this video so that others can watch this tutorial. So let's move right into the video. So the fabric I'll be using is 2 yards, and the measurement I need is 22, which means I marked 22 from my center back to the length of where I want my gown, the sleeve of my gown, where I want it to get to. So that is 22, which means both sides of my front is going to be 22. What that will now mean is I'll need 44 at the front and 44 at the back. Okay, to get your measurement, just place your tape measure at your center back, then down to where you want the length of your sleeve to get to. So that's going to be your measurement, and whatever you have, multiply it by 2 is what you need at the front and also what you need at the back. So right here I folded the front into 2, and because the front is going to have ruche, so what I did was to mark 1 inch extra for the ruche allowance, just the same way we always mark out our zipper allowance. So that's the same way I marked out 1 inch as my ruche allowance. So from that 1 inch, you are going to mark the length of your sleeve. Now the length of my gown is 52, and I added extra folding allowance to the length of my gown. So I folded the front. Now I want to fold the back so that I can cut the front and back the same time. So right now I folded the back on the front. So the next thing is to take the neck width. Now the neck width I'll be using is 3.5, okay, for both front and back. The neck depth for the back is going to be 2 inches, and the neck depth for the front is going to be 8 inches. So I'm going to curve the back neckline. I'm going to recut the front neckline later. So the next thing is to mark the shoulder slant of 1.5, then connect it to your neck width. So once you are done connecting, I'm going to mark the sleeve opening. The sleeve opening is 7 inches plus half an inch stitching allowance. I have 7.5. Then go in by half an inch and connect it back to the shoulder line. Now from here, go in by 2 inches, okay, and connect the line like this. So at the lower part, go in by 3 inches like so. Then you connect it up to where you marked in 2 inches inward. Then connect it downward. It's going to give you a slanted shape. But if you don't want it slanted, you can just mark 2 inches at the lower part instead of marking 3 inches. Then go ahead and connect it together. So after that, I'm going to be cutting this out. So once I'm done cutting out, I'm going to remove the back so that I can cut the front neckline, since the front and back neckline are not the same. Okay, so remember I use 8 inches as the front neck depth. So go ahead and connect that 8 inches to the neck width. Okay, connect it together like this, and once you're done connecting, go ahead and cut it out. So after cutting it out, you should have something like this. The next thing I'm going to do is to open up the rope allowance. Remember, this rope allowance is to create a ruche at the front. So I'm going to open it up. Okay, so what I'll do now is to mark what I have around the rope opening so that I'll be able to know the length of the rope I need. So whatever the length is, add extra 1.5 inches to the length of your rope. So right here, I'm going to be marking my waistline of 15 inches, and then the quarter of my waist, which is 8 inches, 8.5. I'm going to mark that 8 inches on the other side as well, which is where I'm going to be sewing my rope onto. I hope you understand. So this is what I have. The next thing I'll go and do now is to close up the rope allowance of 1 inch. After closing it up, this is what I have. I went ahead to stitch it down. Okay, I also went ahead to stitch down the rope on both sides. The rope is about 20 inches long, and the width is about 1.5 inches or 2 inches. So I went ahead to also stitch the shoulder area. I went ahead to stitch the sleeve opening and then the hem of my dress. You need to hem your dress before you close up the rope allowance. Okay, it is important that you sew your hem before stitching your rope allowance. So this is what I have. So after stitching, the next thing I'm going to do now is to attach the rope. Okay, I'm going to attach the rope. So after attaching the first rope, you have to stitch it down to secure the rope. Then you attach the second rope, you also stitch it down to secure it. Once that is done, go ahead and stitch it at both sides. Then you stitch the neckline. So this is what I have after stitching, after adding the rope into the rope casing. And then I went ahead to use my bias to finish up the neckline. I've also finished up the hem because I only stitch the part of where I'm going to be sewing my rope allowance before at the hem line. So once I was done, I went ahead to finish up the hem line. So you can ruch the rope anyhow you want. It depends on how exposed you want your leg area to be. Okay, so after you are done, go ahead and iron everything. You need to iron your top because this material was wrinkled, but I didn't have enough time because I was making this dress the same day I want to wear it. Was the same day I made the dress. So this is the final look of my dress. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please consider to follow my page, consider to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, also give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend my video to other viewers. I'm going to see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.